Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Marriage Material Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Karina Lucas. I am your host. We've got a great episode today with a great guest. I am here with Ms. Dahlia Belle. Dahlia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. So honored to be here and meet
Fantastic.
my future husband, hopefully.
Yes, Friedrich Nietzsche. Maybe he's gonna be your hubby. Who knows? Maybe you'll dig his own old bones up and throw him to the altar. Who knows
Yeah.
how it's gonna turn out?
And he's
Uh,
already a celebrity, so that's hot.
he's already a celebrity, so he's got some points in his favor. From what I understand, I know very little about him, but he's notoriously sad, small.
Yeah.
I mean, small in stature and in like
Yeah.
personality. Sad, small man.
Okay,
Notorious.
yeah. Yeah.
But maybe he rocks it. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's dive in.
Oh, so what we're doing hotness. We rate him on three things: hotness, stability, and bonus points. So that's whatever we want it to be. Like usually we try to be objective, but bonus points is where we can impress our opinions on him, basically. So like,
All right.
yeah.
I mean, I gotta be organized and critical in this. So
You
we
can
have
take notes.
hotness. Yeah. All right. So we have hotness, stability.
Yes,
Because
stability.
stability is important because I don't want to work my whole life.
Yeah, but you want the relationship to be exciting also. So hotness, they're kind of give and take, but it is possible to have both. Like
Wonderful.
Malcolm X got assassinated, so he lost some stability, but he could have had both of
Yeah.
them if he hadn't been. He was very
That's true.
close. Yeah.
All right, let's see how my date scores,
All right.
or
Let's
if
see
he
it.
scored.
Let's see how it goes. Friedrich Nietzsche. Still impressed that I can pronounce that, and it
Yeah.
took me several tries to spell it right. There's S's, there's C's. It's a very
And a Z.
complicated man.
Isn't there a Z for some
There's
reason?
a Z in there. Yeah, he's
That's
got no
that seems
business having a Z
unnecessary.
in there. Yeah. So he's a bold
Yeah.
man already from birth. He's got a Z in his name.
I'm gonna
That's
say
a
the
lot.
name is a bit of a turnoff for me personally.
Turn off. Okay.
Yeah, because like if we get married, I would want to change my last name possibly, and
Dahlia
I would need to know
Nietzsche?
how to spell it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dahlia
that
Nietzsche.
is true.
It sounds good, but I can't spell it.
But it gives me attention. If people can't spell my name, I have to be like, oh, this again. And then
Ooh,
I can get
and then it's exotic.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's Nietzsche. It's got like a weird, I like it.
It's musical. It's rhythmic.
It's very, but like in an ugly way. Like in a really, it's like a Tom Waits song. It's okay. Friedrich Nietzsche was born on October 15th, 1844. Nietzsche's parents, Carl Ludwig Nietzsche, a Lutheran pastor, and Franziska Nietzsche married in 1843, the year before their son's birth. They had two other children, a daughter, Elizabeth, born in 1846, and a second son, Ludwig, born in 1848. Nietzsche's father died from a brain ailment in 1849, and Ludwig died 6 months later at age 2. Real bummer.
Ooh,
Nietzsche
yeah.
family. Come on. This podcast is supposed to be happy, it's supposed to be fun, and the Nietzsche family's throwing us curveballs.
I think we can be honest and say maybe he had questionable genetics.
Yeah, I think that's fair. From what I understand, he was just sickly all his life. So not a great start. Not a great start. Maybe he
Not for
rocks it,
stability.
though. Maybe he's
Yeah.
the quiet, brooding type. We'll find out. I haven't been reading into it, but maybe he's a Sigma male. You heard about the Sigma male?
No,
You know what I'm
what
talking
is
about.
a
It's a new men's rights thing. It's like this alpha male is like at the top of the pyramid, right? And the Sigma exists outside the pyramid, but he's also at the top. Men are
What?
fucking wild. Men are crazy.
So basically, you're like just the supreme garbage man,
Yeah, but
and
you're like,
that's
you
what
don't give
puts
a
you
damn
up.
about the hierarchy, but because you don't give a damn, you're at the top of the different hierarchy. It's a whole. We don't try
hierarchy
to
of
understand the
shit.
machinations of a man's mind. Do not try to understand that. The family then moved to Naumburg, where they lived with Nietzsche's maternal grandmother and his father's two unmarried sisters. That's a big bummer in the 1850s. You don't want to be an unmarried sister. And
Nah.
you bring great shame on your household.
It's kind of rude that they include that in his biography.
Yeah. What? They're throwing some shade to unmarried sisters. Both of them a 7.
Yeah. I don't see what they did to deserve that. That seems rude.
That's not cool. Wikipedia. The thing is, this is written by whoever. So like, I used to edit Wikipedia just for the thrill of it. You know.
Yeah.
You can change reality. That's why this website
and just
is
say
active.
shitty things about people's sisters.
Yeah. There's like little asides in the articles that are like, that doesn't sound true, but it's really fun. It's really fun to just assume that they are. That's the most fun part. After the death of Nietzsche's grandmother, again, the kid just cannot catch a break. He's gonna be a real bummer to be around.
Yeah.
After the death of Nietzsche's grandmother in 1856, the family moved into their own house, now Nietzsche House, a museum and Nietzsche study center. She's got a house named after him.
Okay, so they didn't name it when they moved in. That was
no, that would be silly. That would just be over the top. It'd be like the worst sitcom ever. Just brooding, sickly family.
It would be a very German sitcom.
Yeah. It's cold out today. Yes, father. And then credits. That's the whole sitcom.
Yeah.
In 1854, he began to attend Dom Gymnasium in Naumburg. That's Dom Gymnasium. So he's at a young age, he's already a Dom. He's getting experience early on.
Learning the arts.
Yeah. He's really getting his hands dirty, you know? Because his father had worked for the state as a pastor, the now fatherless Nietzsche was offered a scholarship to study at the internationally recognized Schulpforte. He studied there from 1858.
I'm sorry, he worked for the state as a pastor?
Yeah, that does seem a little fucked, doesn't it? But this is the 1850s. There's no penicillin, folios everywhere. It's wild. It's wild in the 1850s. I don't understand it at all. If I even went back 40 years, I would be lost. I wouldn't know how to function.
We would both be lost.
Yeah, how would we function without the internet? You read a map like a fucking boomer. God damn. Boomers, look, I agree with all the criticism, but they're getting a little, leave them alone. Jesus
It's
Christ.
not my fault I understand technology. They probably couldn't use sundials.
Leave my grandma alone. That's all I'm saying, all right? He studied there from 1858 to 1864, becoming friends with Paul Deussen and Karl von Gersdorff. He also found time to work on poems and musical compositions. Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
that's
he's
hotness.
Artist, that's hot. That is hot.
Unless he's a terrible artist, and then it's super not hot.
Yeah, no, it's still hot.
You know the people working the mic every day, and you're like, sweetie, stop. Stop.
And yet, it's still charming. It's like a little boy with a fish.
It's charming when it's a little boy, but this is like a 40-year-old man. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I like a good man boy.
All right.
They're fun.
Man boys are fun when they're boisterous, like Andy from Parks and Rec. You can't have like an Edgar Allan Poe man-child. That would be such a bummer to be around.
I see you didn't date very much in college.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention off the top, I'm a romantic failure, so I'm very unqualified to do this podcast. I try to mention that every podcast.
Shitty artists are very hot.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got some hotness points there. We know he's at least a competent writer. Like, he's definitely a good writer. I've read one of his books. I didn't understand it. I assume it was good.
That means it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
I like a man that can talk over my head.
Yeah, exactly. He used the word piecemeal once, and I was like, this guy is smarter than me. Nietzsche led Germania, a music and literature club, during her summers in Naumburg.
Damn.
Yeah, he's killing it right now. He's a
cultured,
cool college kid. We don't really know much about stability, but the stability in his childhood was not his fault, so we're not judging him on that yet. But he's definitely earning some hotness points.
Yeah.
At Schultforta, Nietzsche received an important grounding in languages, Greek, Latin, Hebrew, and French, so as to be able to read important primary sources. Pretty fucking cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart boy. He also experienced for the first time being away from his family life in a small town conservative environment. Ooh, he's branching out, sucking some dick, you know? Yeah, he's doing it. Doing the college thing. That's what that means, right? That's he left his small town conservative environment. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
He kissed a black trans girl.
Exactly. Yeah, he made the move. He did the thing.
And became woke overnight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He caught it. He caught the woke. While at Schultforta, Nietzsche pursued subjects that were considered unbecoming. He became acquainted with the work of then almost unknown Friedrich Hölderlin, calling him my favorite poet, and composing an essay in which he said the mad poet raised consciousness to the most sublime reality. Get off your high horse, Nietzsche. You're getting a little lofty here, all right? I mean,
I don't know. I like it. He sounds like a psychonaut. I think he wrote that on shrooms.
I think I just, every time I read about a philosopher, I'm always just like, you think you're better than me? Because they're using such good language and they're so well.
Because they're better than us?
Yeah, you think you're better than me, Nietzsche? You don't say words like ain't. Jerk.
And just say stuff, like just intersperse stuff in
things. You don't say ever. You don't do that. I do that.
They edit those parts out of the books, though.
I'm gonna edit the out of this podcast too, to be fair. So, but see, there it was, but it won't be in the finished product. That will not be in there. Most sublime. The teacher who corrected the essay gave it a good mark, but commented that Nietzsche should concern himself in the future with healthier, more lucid, and more German writers. All right. So school.
That sounds racist.
That does sound really racist. Especially any nationality, it would be that way, but especially because it's Germany. I mean, this is pre-World War I, but they're never.
Yeah, that's a little anachronistic. Like it wasn't specifically racist for Germany yet.
Yeah,
just a nice general racism, like the Democratic Party. You know, like a all-encompassing.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinder, gentler racism.
Look, it doesn't matter who the German is. If it's like Friedrich Barbarossa, someone from way back when, I'm like, that dude is responsible for Auschwitz, definitely. Yeah. Like, it's hard to stop the association.
Directly, but somewhere.
Yeah, you got to separate.
Somehow there's a link. Yeah.
Yeah. Additionally, he became acquainted with Ernst Ortlieb, an eccentric, blasphemous, and often drunken poet who was found dead in a ditch weeks after meeting the young Nietzsche.
That's fucking hot.
Yeah, Nietzsche's not hot, but this guy is killing it on the hotness level. But he influenced Nietzsche because he and a student named Richter returned to school drunk and encountered the teacher. This was right after meeting him. They showed up school drunk, and Nietzsche got demoted from first in his class and the end of his status as prefect. So he lost. So he's killing it in hotness right now. He's rebelling. Yeah, he's getting drunk.
Knows how to party.
He's like, fuck you, teacher. I don't care about my grades. So he's doing good. He's like a cliche rebellious teen right now.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
He definitely goes to noise concerts.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. After graduation in September 1864, Nietzsche began studying theology and classical philology, which I looked up. It's like the study of texts. It's like the study of texts. So I think it's sort of like how linguistics is the study of language and like philology is the study of texts and their origin and like how they came to be and all that.
That sounds dull as fuck.
It sounds really dull. And honestly, I kind of hate him for choosing to do that because he thinks he's better than me. And I don't like that. I don't like that he thinks he's better than me. But he's going to die a slow and painful death. So that does give me some solace.
No spoiler alerts.
Well, he's dead. Sorry, spoiler. Dude from the 1840s.
He died a horrific death. Like everyone else in the 1840s.
He died in a prison of his own making. We'll get to that. I happened to skim it before this episode, so I have an inkling of how it ends.
You're a cheat, but okay.
Nietzsche began studying theology and classical philology at the University of Bonn in the hopes of becoming a minister. He wants to be a minister. That's
why. What happened?
You know what? Yeah, right. He was like a rebel, but you know what? I think he's going to go through a few distinct phases. It's going to be like the childhood rebellion, the overcompensating with responsibility, and then meeting in the middle. I think that's where it's going to be.
Have you had your born again phase yet?
I want to. I would really like to. I keep thinking about like, man, I would just fucking love to be totally believe in God. Wouldn't that just be the raddest thing in the world?
Right?
Yeah. I've like tried. Like I've even considered like praying. Like, can you let me believe in you?
It's so
please?
hard. It's so hard.
Just seeing
I have to forget all the knowledge I have.
I don't want to know that I'm gonna die. That I cannot shake that knowledge. It's haunting me every day. I can't enjoy life.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish you were real.
But don't worry, we'll also be forgotten. So
yeah, I
got that going for it.
I want to be on a cloud, you know, harps, halos, the works. I would even take hell, honestly. I'd probably go to hell if God was real. Anything's better than blackness. Anything is better than eternal blackness. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's bleak.
I know. I know what I'm like, but I am just not okay with the fact that I'm going to die. I'm just not there.
You need more hallucinogens in your life.
I do so many hallucinogens. I do so many.
Oh, damn.
But they just make me more aware of my mortality, not chill with it. All right. Let's talk about hotness, I guess. Let's distract from the impending
doom.
Yeah. For a short time, he and his friend Deucin became members of the something I can't pronounce. Forget that. After one semester, into the anger of his mother, he stopped his theological studies and lost his faith. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, that was fast.
Redemption.
One semester. Yeah. As early as his 1862 essay, Fate and History, Nietzsche had argued that historical research had discredited the central teachings of Christianity.
Correct.
Yes. Good on you, Nietzsche.
So he's good at critical thinking.
He's getting some critical thinking, yeah. And Ludwig Feuerbach's The Essence of Christianity influenced young Nietzsche with its argument that people created God and not the other way around. Okay. In June 1865, at the age of 20, Nietzsche wrote to his sister Elizabeth, who was deeply religious, a letter regarding his loss of faith. The letter contains the following statement. Hence the ways of men part. Suck my dick, Nietzsche. I swear to God, I hate this lofty fucking language. No, hey sis or whatever. Fuck this.
I thought that was part of the note for a moment, and I was, I'm like, that is a weird thing to say to your sister.
Yeah, I really don't like the way he talks. He's talking all smart with book learning, and I don't like it.
Using big words.
Using big words unnecessarily. Like you can totally use a smaller word to get the same point across and make it way more accessible. But you gotta be a dick and try to only pander to the intelligent people. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh my
Confession,
God.
I've actually attempted to read So Spoke Zarathustra.
Yeah, me too.
And he has so many unnecessary references to Wagner, who was like the rock star of the time. So it's like totally douchey. It's like, I was into Wagner before Wagner went viral. And
yeah, no, I had to delete so
whack.
much Wagner shit from this Wikipedia page. He's a little Wagner fanboy. I just thought it'd be boring as shit to hear about him sucking Wagner's dick or whatever, you know?
Actually, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it
find that. Yeah.
I think he does have, there's something in this article about his sexuality. I'm not sure, but I think he definitely, there's rumors. Are they confirmed? Yeah, exactly.
I love starting rumors.
Oh yeah, it's real good.
My booty hole.
Oh yeah, that's right. Call me Fleetwood Mac, baby. Nietzsche. Oh wait, the passage. I totally just started shitting on him. Hence the ways of men part. If you wish to strive for peace of soul and pleasure, then believe. He uses a goddamn semicolon. If you wish to be a devotee of truth, then inquire. Okay, so he lost every hotness point he gained in the past from me.
That's a valid point. I think.
I know. That's why you're here, because we're gonna meet in the middle at the end. But I am absolutely not having this shit. I could
also,
not.
May I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Why in your retelling of Nietzsche does he have a British accent, even though he's from Germany?
I think I just hate British people. I think that's why I did
valid.
that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that must be what it is.
Just checking.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I could come up with some reasons why that's okay, I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, Nietzsche subsequently concentrated on studying philology under Professor Friedrich Wilhelm Ritschl, whom he followed to the University of Leipzig in 1865. Okay, so he's back in the university. He's a studying boy. In 1867, Nietzsche signed up for 1 year of voluntary service with the Prussian Artillery Division in Naumburg. He's a military boy.
Ooh,
He's
so
searching
definitely in today.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
He's searching for some purpose, some meaning here. He wants stability. You can see it.
Which means he also takes it up the ass sometimes.
Absolutely. That's a given. At this point, Nietzsche is getting spit roasted on the nightly, I think.
Yeah.
He was regarded one of the finest writers among his fellow recruits, and his officers predicted that he would soon reach the rank of captain. However, in March 1868, while jumping into the saddle of his horse, Nietzsche struck his chest against the pommel and tore 2 muscles in his left side, leaving him exhausted and unable to walk for months. So he got a boo-boo. Yeah, he got a boo-boo.
How?
He jumped on a horse and his chest hit the thing you hold, I think.
I still don't.
Yeah, I don't know how, why. Maybe he did it. Maybe he pulled like a Troy from Community and he did it on purpose. Like he injured
that. That I fucks with. Let's go with that.
Let's pretend that's what he did. He pulled
his way out of the military. That's hot. That's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. Consequently, he turned his attentions to his studies again, completing them in 1868. Nietzsche also met Richard Wagner for the first time later that year. There he is. Or is it Wagner?
Love.
Wagner. Okay, Wagner. Dick Wagner.
If you're from Wisconsin, yes.
Dick Wagner.
Lots of Wagners.
Uh-huh. With Ritschl's support, Nietzsche received a remarkable offer in 1869 to become a professor of classical philology. That's so boring. That's not remarkable. That's not a remarkable offer. Okay, but he's 24, so that's good.
A 24-year-old professor. That's kind of hot.
Whoa, right?
And very fuckable.
You're right. You're very right about that. So I think what it's going to be is like he's going to be somewhere in the middle because his young age, he's pretty hot in his youth. I doubt he's going to be hot later, but we'll get to that.
He's a man. They never are.
Yeah.
You got to get while the Dickens good. It's all downhill from there.
Gotta get the dick while it's good. That's words to live by. Gotta get the dick while it's good. Gotta get that.
That fresh eggplant.
That fresh.
Have you ever done an eggplant that's like a little past due?
You know
and
what?
It gets that weird funk.
I've never.
I hate eggplant.
Never eaten one in my life.
It's not good.
Appealing. It's purple.
And it's spongy.
It's spongy.
Ugh. Yeah, it's like a cross between a sponge and a squash.
Okay. I suppose I should. I'm trying to be vegan now. I should try to eat it. I can't risk. I can't afford to not eat things that are vegan because they're so limited. You know what I mean? I can't afford.
I tip my fake hair to you. That is.
It's been 2 days. Don't do it yet. Don't tip your hair to me yet. Give me a month. I'm a quitter. So we'll see what happens. He was only 24 years old, got the teacher position. He was awarded an honorary doctorate. And despite his offer coming at a time when he was giving up philology for science, he accepted. To this day, Nietzsche is still among the youngest of the tenured classics professors on record. That's an old man thing to be, is a classics professor. It definitely seems like an old man thing to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an easy record to maintain.
Exactly. He's held the record forever. Yeah. Before moving to Basel, Nietzsche renounced his Prussian citizenship.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Me neither. I could not.
I've been trying to figure it out for years.
For the rest, he renounced his Prussian citizenship, and for the rest of his life, he remained officially stateless. Isn't that kind of like shouting, "I declare bankruptcy"? Though, does it actually do anything? Like, I'm not Prussian anymore. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you renounced.
Did he still live in Prussia, or was he nomadic?
He remained stateless, he said. So I guess I think he just wandered, but he's so sick. I don't know what he did.
And can't ride horses, apparently.
Cannot ride horses. When they said he got injured riding his horse, I expected him to like hit his nuts on the saddle or something like that. That seems like,
which would make sense.
Yeah, but instead he hit his chest on the saddle on accident.
Like a weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we're starting to get sick. He's starting to get sick in a minute here. So let's not like sick in the 90s way, but sick in like the COVID way.
In the 1800s sort of way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Nietzsche served in the Prussian forces during the Franco-Prussian War as a medical orderly. In his short time, he was a janitor. In his short time in the military, he experienced much and witnessed the traumatic effects of battle. He also contracted diphtheria and dysentery, like an Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing. That kills a lot of wagon people.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting sick. Okay. Walter Kaufman.
And shitting a lot.
He's just shitting everywhere. He's got hella PTSD from the war. He's got mud butt like crazy. He's just leaking shit. And Walter Kaufman speculates that he might have also contracted syphilis at a brothel, along with his other infections. So he's got syphilis. His dick hurts. He's pooping blood. He's throwing up.
Yeah, I'm undecided if STIs are hot or not.
Yeah, but when they're coupled with rapid diarrhea, I think it's a whole thing, you know? Yeah.
You got to take the whole package.
Yeah, and he got it from a brothel too. It's like, I don't know. Feels like the easy way out, you know?
Yeah, but he's also supporting small business.
That's true. But I'm like, you get syphilis at a brothel, you know? That's what happens in the 1800s, you know?
Fair.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's totally clean. It's totally clean now. You're more likely to get syphilis being a random person than at a brothel now. But this is when they had I don't even think they had invented goat skin condoms back then. Like it was way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, when did goat skin condoms get invented?
They're like your foreskin is a condom in the
God, Jesus is your condom. That's what they do. Yeah.
I think the Egyptians actually invented lambskin condoms in like 3000 BC or some shit.
Did that get around, or was that only in Egypt?
I think that's just like Northern Africa.
Okay, so
Northern Africa and maybe in Central Asia.
He did spend some time in Tunisia, so maybe he got he might have gotten some goat, but this is after his syphilis. This is
a little late.
Yeah, a little late on the Tunisian condoms. Nietzsche. There's a lot of fun words in that sentence. In 1879, after a significant decline in health, Nietzsche had to resign his position at Basel. He was just shitting too much. The janitors wouldn't have it. Yeah. Since his childhood, various disruptive illnesses had plagued him. Poor boy. I really feel bad for him.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it really isn't. And I get why he's trying to be all lofty because his body crapped out on him. So he wants his mind to be sharp. I get it.
Yeah, you have to show how smart you are if your body is garbage.
I get it. I think it's like, when you see something of yourself in someone else that you don't like, it just, nothing makes you matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is what I have a suppressed tendency to be all and lofty or whatever. So fuck this guy.
No, I played video games with you. I know.
You did? What did we play? I don't even remember. We played Smash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was aggressive.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with video games. I had like 4 brothers, and we were all very competitive. My dad's a football dad. Like, it's one thing I can't shake. Like, I saw my family for the first time in like a couple years ago, and we watched Jeopardy, and it was so tense. It was so loud and so tense watching Jeopardy. My dad was just on the edge of his seat, like, I got it. It was really good. He used to get so worked up at Little League games that they would ask him to leave, and then he would like stand on the street watching the game, and they'd be like, Bill, just go home. And he's like, public property, you can't make me leave.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very intense. Very intense. So you see where I get it from. Honestly, I kind of like that part of me, the competitive, aggressively competitive aspect.
It's necessary.
It's kind of fun, and I limit it to video games usually, so it's pretty harmless, Yeah, that's cool. Wow. We got, that was such a tangent there. I don't even know where we were anymore. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Since his childhood, including moments of short-sightedness that left him nearly blind, migraines, and violent indigestion. So his headaches, he's diarrheaing, he can't see where he's wiping, his hands
and
are
they don't have Prilosec yet.
Yeah, he's struggling. He is struggling. The 1868 riding accident and diseases in 1870 may have aggravated these persistent conditions, which continued to affect him through his years at Basel, forcing him to take longer and longer holidays until regular work became impractical. So living off his pension from Basel and aid from his friends. So he's mooching. He's mooching now.
Yeah.
Nietzsche
playing the system.
Playing the system. And relying on the kindness of strangers, which you gotta when you there's no support for chronically ill people in the 1870s. There's not a real good system there. Yeah, I feel you do feel bad for him. He's got a real short end of the stick. But fuck him. Is he hot? That's what we're here to talk about. We're not here to sympathize. Is he hot?
That's true.
Yeah, and he is not. Diarrhea is not hot. I'll say it.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll say it. Nietzsche traveled frequently to find climates more conducive to his health, and lived until 18. What's that?
Like what? There's no climates that are conducive.
So like diarrhea and migraines. I mean, I've heard
indigestion.
With migraines, maybe you would help. Like I hear some people like cold triggers a migraine, or like heat triggers a migraine. So like I guess there's a way to do it.
Yeah, but heat and cold do not trigger syphilis.
Yeah, that you just you don't get rid of that with heat and
cold.
I
think that's the bigger problem in the 1800s.
I think we have a Hitler situation here where the syphilis is just going to slowly drive him mad until he's in a bunker and he blows his brains out. That's how it's going to end, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Good time. I halfway through that sentence, I'm like, oh boy, there's no way to not end this poorly. And here we are, living with the moment I created.
Not awkward at all.
You know what? I'm not great at avoiding awkward. I have impulse control issues. So I sometimes say things without a filter. It's hard. He traveled a bunch, went to Italy, Switzerland, France, Tunisia, and he occasionally returned to Naumburg to visit his family, and especially during this time, he and his sister had repeated periods of conflict and reconciliation. So here's where it gets saucy. We're going to start talking about his romantic interest here. Lou Salome, apparently one of the most intelligent women of the 1800s. I had to check. Lou is apparently referring to a girl. That's very much a guy's name to me.
Yeah,
Lou.
yeah.
It's like a plumber with the crack in the hair. That's Lou.
Maybe she just chose not to change her name. You're not being very progressive about this.
You know what? I'm the villain. Whatever. I'm embracing it.
Okay.
You're right. I should be more considerate.
All right.
Lou Salome. Her mother took her to Rome when she was 21. At a literary salon in the city, Salome became acquainted with Paul Riz. Riz proposed marriage to her, but she instead proposed that they should live and study together as brother and sister, along with another man.
That's hard.
That's really hard.
Cold.
That really leaves no room for growth in the relationship there.
No.
Brother and sister. Yeah.
She's like, I am not attracted to you at all.
Not even a little bit. If we had a baby, my hatred for you would make it like an incest baby. So we're not. Yeah. They would study together along with another man for company, where they would establish an academic commune. Okay. Riz accepted the idea and suggested that they be joined by his friend Nietzsche. Here we go. He's back.
There we are.
The two met Nietzsche in Rome in April 1882. He was having diarrhea in a porta potty, and Nietzsche is believed to have instantly fallen in love with Salome, as Riz had done. Nietzsche asked Riz to propose marriage to Salome.
She was definitely trans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's killing it right now. These boys are obsessed with her. Nietzsche asked Riz to propose marriage to Salome. So he's like, hey, can you propose to this girl for me? It's kind of an inside joke. She'll love it, you know?
Can you propose on my behalf? Propose on my behalf to your crush.
Yes, I assume that's what it was. Nietzsche did not have tact. He's a very nervous boy. He seems like he's a very nervous boy.
I don't know. That's bold. That is a bold name.
I don't know. That's like the equivalent of asking someone out on Facebook Messenger. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like you could do better. I do that all the time. To be clear. But where were we? She rejected the proposal. She had been interested in Nietzsche as a friend, but not as a husband. Fair. And I assume Nietzsche is gonna be totally cool with that. I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Nietzsche, nonetheless, was content to join together with Riz and Salome, touring through Switzerland and Italy together, planning their commune. Cute. I could see a nice polycule forming, maybe. I don't know.
I like these three.
Yeah, they're kind of cute.
Progressive.
Yeah, Nietzsche proposed. She said no. He's like, all right, I'll still go. Yeah, I'm digging it so far. The three traveled with Salome's mother through Italy and considered where they would set up their winter plan commune. They intended to set up their commune in an abandoned monastery. Hell yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm into that. Some monk ghosts, you know? Yeah.
And a little sacrilege.
A little sacrilege. It's good for, he was going to be a pastor. He struggled with his relationship with God for a while. And if he still believed in God after all this shit that's happening to him, good for him, honestly.
Yeah.
I had a perfect life and I stopped believing in God. So I can't imagine what a hard life will do.
Here's what I just learned today. I have no idea how to spell sacrilege.
Sacrilege? I think I do, but now you're making me question myself. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what I spelled, and I'm not going to be able to read it later. But continue. What did the smart man do?
What did the smarties do? These are three little academic commune, they're sucking their own dicks. Okay, where are we? But no suitable location was found. On May 13th, in Lucerne, when Nietzsche was alone with Salome, he earnestly proposed marriage to her again, which she rejected.
Nice.
Yeah. They're just like, what about now? Nope. All right. He nonetheless was happy to continue with the plans for an academic commune. This is this is gray. This is a blend of healthy and unhealthy shit going on here.
I fucks with these three. I fucks hard with these three.
Nietzsche needs to respect Salome's boundaries a little more, but other than that, like you don't see Reed proposing left and right. He did his one try, and then it's over.
Yeah, but they're as progressive as they could be back in the day.
I don't buy it. I think Nietzsche is really the only bad part of because he's the only one not respecting boundaries here.
True.
Yeah. Okay, here where were we? He nonetheless was happy to continue. After discovering the situation, Nietzsche's sister Elizabeth became determined to get Nietzsche away from the immoral woman. Nietzsche and Salome, definitely trans.
Oh, so the three of them are definitely having sex. She's just not down to marry any of them.
You know, that never occurred to me. But no, she said brother and sister. I see you as a friend. Like,
yeah, that's true. So she's fucking Nietzsche. No, she's probably not because he has syphilis.
I don't think she's fucking either of them. Yeah.
And shitting at all times.
Constantly. Just shitting. His head hurts. He can't see. He's really...
Yeah, that's what does he think he's bringing to the table? I don't think this guy...
Yeah. No, you gotta...
Yeah, he does not have a solid self-image.
You gotta settle, Friedrich, all right? You gotta look at yourself, like a hard look in the mirror.
You need to find yourself a leper.
Yes, perfect. And then he can get leprosy, because what's another thing? You know, what's another disease for Nietzsche? He's already got them all. Nietzsche and Salome spent the summer together. Ooh, Rie's not around. Okay. In Tottenberg and Thuringia, often with Nietzsche's sister Elizabeth as a chaperone. Elizabeth sounds like kind of a wet blanket. Yeah, I don't like her one bit. She sounds like kind of a meanie.
Yeah.
A bully. Let
Is
your
she
brother have
older?
some happiness. I think Nietzsche is the oldest, but I don't quote me on that. They're similarly aged. They're close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's really creepy.
Yeah, she's just I don't know if it's like an overprotective thing or some kind of incest thing. I'm not sure.
But definitely creepy.
Yeah, definitely not into it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Salome reports that he asked her to marry him on 3 separate occasions and that she refused. Yeah. So he's not getting the picture. And
no, this dude is thirsty as fuck.
Yeah, and at one point, like, Salome, you gotta leave, girl. You gotta get away from this guy. Maybe she's getting something. I mean, she probably just sees him as a really good friend.
Yeah, she respects them as intellectuals and shit. They're just lame.
And they're both kind of just drooling over her. She was one of the smartest women of the 19th century, and here they are just trying to fuck her with a syphilitic penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't need that.
Yeah, they don't even have the good dick.
Yeah, yeah. I bet Ree had a better dick than Nietzsche, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Arriving in Leipzig, Germany in October, Salome and Ree separated from Nietzsche after a falling out between Nietzsche and Salome, in which Salome believed that Nietzsche was desperately in love with her. Okay, so they parted ways. Salome...
Because he was that much of a crybaby little bitch.
Yeah, she did it eventually. And honestly, she gave him 5 tries. That's solid.
That's really patient. Yeah,
she stuck it out. She must have really respected his mind. Unfortunately, he did not feel the same way. He's the OG incel, I think. He's the OG. Right? Yeah, definitely the OG incel. While the 3 spent a number of weeks together in Leipzig in October 1882, the following month, Ree and Salome ditched Nietzsche, leaving for Stibbe without any plans to meet again. So Nietzsche's alone again. He's got no friends. He's got no solid poops. He's alone. Nietzsche soon fell into a period of mental anguish. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's fair.
That's fair. Although he continued to write to Ree, stating, "We shall see one another from time to time, won't we?"
Oh my God.
That's so sad. He's got the saddest life. In later recriminations, Nietzsche would blame on separate occasions the failure in his attempts to woo Salome on Salome, Ree, and the intrigues of his sister, who had written letters to the families of Salome and Ree to disrupt the plans of the commune. Yeah. Yeah. So his sister's writing letters to their parents.
They are bad at boundaries in the Nietzsche household.
The Nietzsche household, Nietzsche House, Nietzsche House, the worst sitcom ever. Oh my God.
Oh, and that plot twist would start to get so dull around the second season.
Yeah, right?
It's like How I Met Your Mother, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Or like Friends.
Absolutely. But it's like sad. It's like really sad. Yeah. Nietzsche wrote of the affair in 1883 that he now felt genuine hatred for his sister.
Fair.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I hated her earlier.
I hate her. Yeah, we all hate her, man. I'm with you on that.
They said it's about Christian, and I'm like, I hate this bitch.
I can't stand a meddler. I don't like a meddler.
Yeah.
She's a meddler. Oh, here we go. Some good stuff. By 1882, Nietzsche was taking huge doses of opium, but he was still having trouble sleeping. Yeah, so he's just taking it. But it's sad because he's taking it to sleep, and it's not working. So that's it.
Damn.
It was cool for a second, and then it got bad. So he's really possibly the least hot of anyone so far in this show. It's been Stalin. It's been Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's been Malcolm X. And it's been Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand got a 4. She's the lowest right now.
Yeah.
So if he gets lower than a 4, he's the new...
Ginsburg and X, that's pretty hot. Those two are
Malcolm X got the first 10 out of 10 in hotness, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg got 10 out of 10 in stability. So they're the ranking champions right now. They're tied. Paragon of stability and paragon of hotness, duking it out. It's just he got assassinated. That was the only thing working against him. Like it was not in his control.
Nietzsche's hopes aren't looking good.
No, it's not looking good at all. He's unstable. He's sickly. He's not hot. And I personally don't like him, so I won't give him any bonus points. So we'll see how this turns out. In 1886, Nietzsche broke with his publisher, Ernst Schmeitzner, disgusted by his anti-Semitic opinions. Nietzsche, Nietzsche's standing up for what he believes in. And
that's hot.
Yeah. And he has no idea what Germany's going to do, but he's already like, no, that's not me. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nietzsche saw his own writings as completely buried, and in it, Nietzsche saw his own writings as completely buried and in this anti-Semitic dump of Schmeitzner. What the fuck does that mean?
That's poor writing, but I understand what they're trying to say.
Really? Because I do not.
I think like he was trying to write all this dope shit, right? But you couldn't really pay attention to all of his dope shit because his publishers writing all this horrible anti-Semitic garbage. Yeah. It would be like being the one smart staff member of Breitbart.
It's got to be one, right? Like, I think, like, if we're like Fox News, I think Chris Wallace is pretty smart. I think he's pretty smart. Yeah, I think he's a pretty smart guy. Yeah. He's definitely by far the most legitimate of all the hosts on that network.
Yeah, so Nietzsche was the Chris Wallace of his day. If you assume that Chris Wallace is constantly shitting in his
he's got syphilis, he's got diarrhea, he's got migraines, but he's not anti-Semitic. So they've got that going for him. Yeah. But it also could just be like a scapegoat. Like, you're not publishing because of this. You know, he's like just trying to... It could be. We don't know. I've read his books. I could see why people don't like them. I get it. In 1886...
But to be fair, most white guys who have like that many problems in their life would definitely want to blame someone.
Oh, absolutely.
And the Jews are hella popular for blaming. But he resisted.
Yeah, he's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
He's blaming the anti-Semites. So he's doing a progressive scapegoat.
Exactly.
Yeah, very progressive scapegoat. It's like blaming my mental illness on men. You know what I mean? That's
exactly
what we do. Yeah, very progressive scapegoat. In 1886, his sister Elizabeth married the anti-Semite Bernard Forster, and traveled to Paraguay to find Nueva Germania, a Germanic colony. Okay, so his sister married an anti-Semite and moved to Paraguay to start a Germanic colony. So it's like the OG Nazi scientist moving to South America. It's like the original.
That's as shitty as you can get.
Yeah. His sister's awful. His sister's truly awful. I will rank her at the end too, and we're gonna give her 0 on everything. Just and you know what? I'm gonna give him some bonus points in the end because of his sister. His sister, just despite her, just solely.
And it sounds like he had the self-control to never choke her out, and that's impressive.
I don't think he has the capability to do it. I don't think he's able to lift his arms. Yeah. Through correspondence, Nietzsche's relationship with Elizabeth continued through cycles of conflict and reconciliation, but they met again only after his collapse. He continued to have frequent and painful attacks of illness, which made prolonged work impossible. So it's still a bummer. Nietzsche clan is a big bummer.
Not solid on the stability.
Yeah, they're dead, they're Nazis, or they have diarrhea. Those are the three paths for the Nietzsche clan. On January 3rd, 1889, Nietzsche suffered a mental breakdown. It was coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
2 policemen approached him after he caused a public disturbance in the streets of Turin. What happened remains unknown, but an often repeated tale from shortly after his death states that Nietzsche witnessed the flogging of a horse at the other end of Piazza Carlo Alberto, ran to the horse, threw his arms around its neck to protect it, then collapsed to the ground. Bullshit. I do not buy it. I think he ran out of the house with his pants off, and that's what happened.
I don't know. That sounds heroic. Homie has a history of being progressive. Maybe he's like an animal rights activist.
But like through words. He doesn't have the strength to get to that horse.
No, he ran and just collapsed.
Because he ran. Because he ran. He's like, that's all I got for a month.
He may have also just been like going for a morning jog and then ran out of energy, so grabbed the horse for support, but couldn't hold on. And that's not it at all.
So I can get along. That's the middle ground of both of our beliefs. So we'll go with that.
That sounds more accurate. Yeah.
He was running, he got tired, so he hugged a horse and then had a mental breakdown. In the following few days, Nietzsche sent short writings known as the Wahnsattel, literally delusion notes, to a number of friends, including Cosima Wagner and Jacob Burckhardt. Most of them were signed Dionysus, which is the opposite of what he is not the god of revelry right now. No way. Where is the god of diarrhea? That's what he is.
So he's also seeing like random midnight hallucination texts.
Yes. He's the syphilis is getting to him. He's taken a lot of opium. He's head hurt. He can barely see. He's amazing. He's alive, honestly.
I would probably opt out at that point, to be entirely honest.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? If you're not lucid, you don't even realize what's going on. You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm writing. Everything is awesome. I hurt so much, you know? But he signed Dionysus, though some were signed something in German, meaning the crucified one.
God.
He's still a little hot on himself. He never stopped being hot on himself in spite of all this.
That is so pretentious.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah.
So he's like the crucified Dionysus. He's the crucified god of revelry.
Yeah. He's a pretentious incel. That's what we're dealing with. He's a pretentious incel.
My asshole. What?
Yes. A pretentious, sickly incel. Nazi adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. To his former colleague, Burckhardt, Nietzsche wrote, I have had Caiaphas put in fetters. Also, last year, I was crucified by the German doctors in a very drawn-out matter. Wilhelm Bismarck and all anti-Semites abolished. What the fuck?
That doesn't make sense.
No, but these are his delusion notes, so I suppose that's fair.
Yeah.
A German doctor crucified him. Someone was put in fetters. He's losing it. Yeah.
This word salad.
Yeah. Additionally, this also makes no sense. He commanded the German emperor to go to Rome to be shot and summoned the European powers to take military action against Germany, that the Pope should be put in jail, and that he, Nietzsche, created the world and was in process of having all anti-Semites shot dead. Wow. Okay.
That's a mixed bag. I like the last part. Like, he ends strong.
Yeah, but that's like, he's just commanding the emperor from his room to get to. Why are they including that in this Wikipedia article? They're just like,
like his most embarrassing moments, like his drunk attack.
On March 1889, he soiled his pants. That's what they're including in this.
Seriously?
No.
All right, good. Because I'm like, the last time I checked, he's been soiling his pants for years.
Yeah, he's been soiling his pants since he was a kid. But also, he's ordering the German emperor to go to Rome to get shot. He's ordering the Pope to go to jail, and he's calling himself God.
Yeah, none of that goes well. Not that
yeah. But he's a god who kills anti-Semites. So there is a silver lining.
Like, now it's performance art, though. So
yeah, that's true. Maybe he's just like pulling a Kanye and like playing a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one hell of an art film. What's
up? Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch it just to hate him, honestly. You want to sympathize with him, right? Because he's just.
But he's also a dick at the same time.
He's kind of a tool. But you get it. You kind of get where it came from, but still, it's just like, I'm not having it. I'm not. Yeah. I don't want to be around this guy. I hope he gets help, but I don't want to be around him. On January 6, 1889, Burckhardt showed the letter he had received from Nietzsche to Overbeck. The following day, Overbeck received a similar letter and decided that Nietzsche's friends had to bring him back to Basel. Overbeck traveled to Turin and brought Nietzsche to a psychiatric clinic in Basel. He got help. I'm writing this Wikipedia article actively. Things keep happening as soon as I say them.
These are good friends.
Yeah. By that time, Nietzsche appeared fully in the grip of a serious mental illness. And his mother's still alive. This whole time, I had no idea. Where's she been? Where the hell has she been? Why is she talking to her Nazi daughter? Yeah.
Avoiding her shitty ass kids.
That's fair. That's totally fair. In January 1889, his mother, Franziska, decided to transfer him to a clinic in Jena under direction of Otto Binswanger.
You said Binswanger.
So much funny about that last name. It's got Wang, it's got Bin. So much to work with there. Comedy gold. Otto Binswanger.
I forgot Otto. That makes it even better.
Yeah, Dr. Binswanger. The Binswanger Clinic. In January 1889, they proceeded with the planned release of Twilight of the Idols, I assume one of his books, by that time already printed and bound. From November 1889 to February 1890, the art historian Julius Langbehn attempted to cure Nietzsche, claiming that the methods of the medical doctors were ineffective in treating Nietzsche's condition. So this art historian is like, doctors, I got it from here. Let me handle this. Bold, I'll say that. Langbehn assumed progressively greater control of Nietzsche until his secretiveness discredited him. So he's just keeping Nietzsche locked up, not saying anything about it. He's saying he's helping him.
So this guy. The original Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening?
He's an art historian who just...
Or like Michael Jackson's doctor.
Yeah, that's who he was.
Yeah.
This guy's got a wild hair up his ass and decided he'd try psychiatry. In March 1890, Franziska his mother removed Nietzsche from the clinic, and in May 1890 brought him to her home in Naumburg. That's cool. She brought him home.
Yeah. But not her Nazi ass daughter.
She's in Paraguay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip ahead.
Hella racist.
Okay, here's some tragedy for his sister, so I'm gonna skip to here.
Good.
Yeah. And in 1893, Nietzsche's sister Elizabeth returned from Paraguay following the suicide of her husband. So he couldn't stand her either. No one can stand this woman.
Yeah.
She studied Nietzsche's works and, piece by piece, took control of their publication. Okay, I know this isn't about
Nietzsche
her.
can't stand up for himself at all.
He's syphilitic. He can't think. He can't see. His head hurts. He has diarrhea. He's never loved anyone. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Nietzsche's mental illness was originally diagnosed as tertiary syphilis, and according with the prevailing medical paradigm of the time. So that was the original diagnosis. And then most commentators regard his breakdown as unrelated to his philosophy. Okay. You know, let's skip ahead to his he has a bunch of strokes and he dies. That's basically what happens. And now
that is true, because it's just more and more tragic as you go.
He's not going to get any better. He's going to have a bunch of strokes. He's not going to write anything more. His family's going to take advantage of him and he's going to die. But let's talk about how hot he is. There's a relationship section. I want to breeze through it. 3 paragraphs. Just breeze through it real quick and we'll be done. Nietzsche never married. He proposed to Luz Salome 3 times. I thought it was 5. That's better. And each time was rejected. One theory blames Salome's view on sexuality as one of the reasons for her alienation from Nietzsche. So they're basically doing the "what is she wearing" of the what was she wearing? Yeah, the 1840s. As articulated in the 1898 novella Fenichka, she viewed the idea of sexual intercourse as prohibitive and marriage as a violation, with some suggesting that they indicated sexual repression and neurosis. So she's ace.
What the fuck? They're like, she doesn't want the dick.
She doesn't want that to do wrong with her. Yeah. She's an ace trans lady who just can't.
Just minding her own business.
Just minding her own business, trying to start an academic commune, cleaning up Nietzsche's diarrhea.
And if you're constantly being hit on by your syphilitic, creepy ass friend, maybe sex won't be so appealing. Like, that's a huge turnoff.
She is not into that. Damn.
I hate men right now, but continue.
Yeah, this guy's let's see. This
It seems very rational to me.
This is speculation in these paragraphs, but we'll see what we get out of it. Nietzsche scholar Joachim Kohler has attempted to explain Nietzsche's life history and philosophy by claiming that he was homosexual, which just sends a chill down the word homosexual sends a chill down my spine. That is, it's like transsexual. Like, ugh.
Yeah, and also like he tries to explain. So this dude repeatedly attempts to marry this woman.
He's probably gay.
He's probably gay. Just gay.
That's just such a cop out for modern. He's just gay. Yeah, he's just.
All these historians can suck my dick. Seriously.
Yeah. Repressed gay. Yeah.
My tiny flaccid dick. They can just choke on it.
I can get a chub on. For that. Just for Kohler argues that Nietzsche's syphilis, which is usually considered to be the product of his encounter with a prostitute in a brothel in Cologne or Leipzig, is equally likely. Some maintain that Nietzsche contracted it in a male brothel in Genoa. I hope so. Truly.
Yeah.
That would help his case. He would have to be a top, though. Are you kidding me? With all the diarrhea, he has to be a top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not. The acquisition.
Yeah. But then again, it was the 1800s. They probably just considered it lube.
They probably didn't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
The messier the poop, the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I'll never eat again. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to eat while watching Hoarders, and it's not okay. There's so much cat shit in that show. And
I will never eat or fuck again after this conversation.
Yeah. The acquisition of the infection from a homosexual brothel was confirmed by Sigmund Freud. Ugh, fuck that guy.
Who cares what Sigmund Freud said?
Yo, Freud should be next in the show. I'm going to write that down.
Yes, 100.
Kohler also suggests Nietzsche may have had a romantic relationship as well as a friendship with Paul Ree. Ooh, so maybe him and Ree were together.
So he's bi.
Yeah, I think he's definitely bi, but I don't think that people realize bi exists today. Even.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize it exists.
That's fair.
So we're going to give these 1850s people a little pass. Or probably, never mind. No, we're not.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
we're not. Plus, I kind of feel like they wanted to blame all of his shit on quote unquote homosexuals.
Yeah, it's like Freud with mom and dad. Yeah.
Only the gays have syphilis.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not science at all.
Yeah, I agree. It's not
I'm pretty sure one prostitute is the only person Nietzsche ever had sex with.
I think so too. Oh, I think so too. That's so sad.
Because they probably kicked him out after he shat everywhere.
Yeah, that's a given. He probably shat while he came.
Yeah.
Maybe he fucked Paul though. I think he may have at least given Paul a handy or something like that. Paul Reed.
Fair. There's no way he didn't. I mean, that's just what guys do.
I know it. Yeah. I mean, they're not fucking. They're both not fucking. They're together. Why not? You know, just a couple of incels diddling each other. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's not gay if you stare at the ceiling.
That's right. I believe Nietzsche coined that actually. There is a claim that Nietzsche's homosexuality was widely known in the Vienna Psychoanalytic Society, with Nietzsche's friend Paul Deussen claiming that he was a man who had never touched a woman. Maybe.
Yep, that checks out.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah. Kohler's views have not found wide acceptance among Nietzsche scholars and commentators. Alan Meagle argues that while Kohler's claim that Nietzsche was conflicted about his homosexual desire cannot simply be dismissed, the evidence is very weak and Kohler may be projecting. Which is, oh shit! Oh. Historical shade! I didn't know historians threw shade like that.
That was beautiful. That was a nice read.
Yeah, that was solid. Yeah. Well, that was Friedrich Nietzsche. Right
there. That's wow.
Was he gay? We don't know. Did he have diarrhea? Definitely. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I feel like young Nietzsche, I probably would have fucked, especially drunk. Especially my drunken college self. No way I would have resisted.
He was sickly back then too, but I don't think it was debilitating. He still kind of had some issues, digestion, and all that.
But at that point, it's still kind of hot.
Yeah, at that point, it's not taking over his life. My tongue is bleeding.
Are you okay, Lo?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, no, it's not. So hotness. Let's talk about hotness first. That's a good start. So young Friedrich is mildly hot. He's hot-ish. Like he's he's a little pretentious. He's
fuckboy hot.
Yeah, he's got some. He's not ultra hot, but he's kind of hot. Well, let's say he's kind of hot. But then you get older. Wow, does he plummet? Wow, does he go down?
Quickly, he's like Axl Rose. He has the Axl Rose trajectory.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly and poorly, he becomes not hot in the slightest bit.
I saw a video recently because I was showing my kid old Guns N' Roses videos. And there's a video of Guns N' Roses performing with Axl Rose in 2017.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you ever like Faces with Death, definitely watch it. Otherwise, don't. It's morbid. It's a really he's like dressed like a cowboy, and you know how he used to dance all sexy? He gets winded walking to the microphone.
I've heard that Patton Oswalt bit. There's a Patton Oswalt bit about that. Yeah.
It's real. It's real. It's not good. Yeah, and that's how I feel like Nietzsche went.
But how he wasn't even hot for that long. Like you don't start rating hotness until they're 18, just for obvious reasons. And then he was hot for like 4 years maybe, and not even that hot.
But he was a young professor. He was a young intellectual professor. Played noise music.
That's true. I think
made shitty paintings.
Yeah, definitely. Poems.
They definitely sucked.
Well, that's the question. What do we want to rate him as a whole?
On the whole, I would say his hotness, you got to split it, right? It's out of 10 points, so let's give him a 5.
No, but he wasn't like a 10 out of 10 when he was younger, and he was a 0
That's
out of 10
true.
when he was older.
So
I want to
3.
give him a 3. Yeah, I want to give him a 3. A 3 in hotness,
Fair.
just for being a college professor. That's really what saved him here.
Yeah.
Got him a few points. Now for stability. A doozy. He tried to propose. He did want to be married. His life, his health.
Yeah, but he proposed 3 times to a woman that clearly did not want him at all.
Yeah, and his health did not make him able to, keep a job going, support a family. Yeah. So not good on that.
Went back and forth on the Jesus thing.
Yeah, he's got syphilis. He's delusional. He's writing delusion letters to his friends. His
family sucked.
His family sucked. He's hopping from house to house. His friends are supporting him.
I think he gets 0 on stability.
You're gonna give him a 0?
Well, think about it. Like, he peaked at 24.
He did have a professor. He was the youngest classical professor of all time. So he did.
And then just went to shit.
But he had he got pension from them, so he had some pension coming in. So I think he at least gets 1 point. I'm gonna give him 1 point.
1 point for the pension. 1 point.
1 point for the pension and his brief. I'm gonna give him 2, and we'll even it out at 1. You want to give him 0? I'm gonna give him 2. We'll even it out at 1.
There we go.
Yeah,
because he's also like traveling around with this weird little ace polypod.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not classic stability.
No, it's not. That's definitely not. But then we get to bonus points.
I've been in that relationship. It does.
Oh, me too.
Bonus points, yes. Stability, no.
Okay. Well, I think for being in a polycule, and to spite his sister, I'm gonna give him 5 bonus points.
Ooh. So
what do you want to give him? Whatever you want to give him, we'll even it out. Don't let my number affect your number. Whatever you want it to be.
So honestly, I was really into him for bonus points. His bonus points are solid. So I initially gave him 10 bonus points, but I think we have to start subtracting a bit for 2 major faux pas. One, the creepy boundary issue thing.
Yes, it's a big one.
And also, like, my fellow girl doesn't want you, right? That's a bad sign. You know, if all your girlfriends are like, don't marry that guy.
Yeah.
Don't touch Nietzsche.
And she's pretty upfront about it. She's not like leading him on. She's like, nope, not interested. You're a friend. Let's start a commune. And he's like, all right, but I'll ask again in a week.
Yeah. So I think that automatically loses him like 3 points.
Okay. And
so we're at 7.
He's chronically ill. He had a lot of things working against him. I'll give him some more bonus points. So I said 5, you said 7. We'll call it 6.
6 sounds good.
So what do we got? What did we have? We had a 1 for stability.
Yeah.
We had 3 for hotness. 3 for hotness. And then a 6 for bonus points. That's 10. That's tied with Ayn Rand. Oh my God. 10 out of 30.
That checks out.
Yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche and Ayn Rand are holding down. So we have Friedrich Nietzsche and Ayn Rand at the bottom. We have Malcolm X and Ruth Bader Ginsburg at the top. And then we got Stalin chilling in the middle. Super hot, not stable.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Nietzsche and Ayn Rand would make a good couple. Like maybe those 2.
Yeah, they're both joyless. They both have not a happy bone in their body. Man, she was a real stick in the mud. Holy shit.
They could just be miserable together.
Yeah.
And if she was pegging Friedrich Nietzsche, she would literally be a stick in the
mud. It's disgusting. We don't want to forget about the Nietzsche House sitcom also. Nietzsche House sitcom. Yeah. So that's a good reason for bonus points too. But 6 is solid. I'll stick with that.
Yeah, and I say in the Nietzsche House sitcom, we definitely just throw in Ayn Rand.
Oh yeah, she's like she's like the neighbor. Everyone cheers when she comes in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Pull yourself up by your bootstraps," and then she leaves. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was Friedrich Nietzsche.
Dr. Wingbanger, of course.
Dr. Wingbanger. Was it Wangbanger? You're right. It was Wangbanger. Was it Wangbanger?
I don't remember.
It was something very silly.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember it.
But he's definitely in the show.
Yeah, he's when he comes in, they're like, ooh. Everyone has like a noise that the studio audience makes. All right. Well, that was Friedrich Nietzsche. And
that was delightful.
That was a lot of fun. I think I am pretty happy with where we landed. We pretty much agreed on everything. You were a little more sympathetic. I did feel bad for him, but also it's just more fun to hate someone purely. That's the worst part of the show, is you lose a pure hatred you have for someone. You learn about them.
You're like, oh, they have humanity now.
By far the worst part of the show. I hate that part of it. I love just being able to have very pure hatred. Like 24-hour fitness. They called me a bunch when I was 16. They wouldn't leave me alone, so now I hate them.
It's healthy.
Yeah, I don't have to stop hating. Well, Dahlia, what's your Instagram handle? Do you have some stuff you want people to follow?
Instagram's most fun for me.
Yeah.
Mix.Dahlia Belle.
Right, okay. And I didn't ask at the beginning. I haven't checked in a while. What are your pronouns now, by the way?
She, her.
She, her. Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's been so long. It's always nice to see old friends, especially these days.
It's good to catch up. It's been a while. And this is pretty much the only kind of interaction we get these days. So yeah, I agree. Everyone, thank you so much for listening to Marriage Material. Be sure to check out my Twitch stream, 3 p.m. every Sunday. I'm doing a revamping, so it's not old games anymore. It's whatever the hell I want. I'm just going to call it office hours. I'll post details about it. And also, we're doing 3 more episodes with this format. And then I'm bringing on Michael Madsen, Portland comic. He's going to be co-hosting it with me. We have a back and forth. Yeah. So tune in every Monday for Marriage Material, every Sunday for my Twitch stream. Check out Dahlia on everything, Instagram, Twitter, show up at her house, whatever, you follow her. And we'll see you later, everyone. Deuces.
Love you.